Hey everyone, and welcome back to Dallas Cowboys coverage. I'm back to talk about the Mavs because they are in the NBA Finals. Stars unfortunately fell just short, losing in Game 6, but the Mavs have made it. So I'm going to get into that in just a sec. I'll talk Cowboys just real quick. Mandatory minicamp has started. Still no sign of CeeDee Lamb as he is officially holding out. Fortunately, Michael Parsons, though, is back. He is in attendance, so CeeDee Lamb is the only one missing for now, but again, CeeDee, Dak, Parsons just got to get the deals done. I'm not sure what the timeline is there. Training camp is usually when they like to, wait and do those. But Jefferson got his deal, so now CeeDee, wouldn't be surprised if he wants more. So it's going to be an expensive one, but for a top 5, top 3 receiver, I'd say in the league, especially based off last season, it's worth it, and it's just what you got to do. So. Hopefully that does get done sooner rather than later. So now, getting into the Mavs, though, as they are here. They have made it to the NBA Finals against the Celtics. Some cool rematches. We'll see Porzingis in a Celtics uniform, Kyrie with the Mavs, obviously. It's going to be a good matchup. Obviously, the Celtics were the best team in the league all season long. They didn't have the toughest playoff push. I think a lot of people are kind of, giving them a little bit of shade on that. But, hey, they beat who they played, so, I'm not going to count any of that against them. Reality is this was the best team in the league all season long. They're here for a reason. They have an incredible starting 5 with Derek White and his his coming out party really this season. Drew Holiday, Kristaps Porzingis, and then of course the MVP of the Eastern Conference Finals. That's Jaylen Brown, and then of course Jason Tatum. So it's a stacked lineup for sure. They're deep. They're a good team. But the Mavs, they've played underdog all playoffs long. They remind me so much of the Rangers, as they have went and taken it so far, as they really have been as the 5 seed, the underdogs in every single series. The Thunder being the 1, the Timberwolves being the 3, the Clippers being the 4. So this is another one. You've gone against some really tough opponents so far this playoffs, and so far we haven't even had to go farther than Game 6. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be the hardest series so far, and that's just the way it should be. So the Mavs, I think they're built for this. They have grown so much over the course of really, the season, but even just the last few months with PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford. I talked a lot more about it in the last video, but they've made it this far. Derek Lively healthy again, after all the neck strains and all that. Kyrie Irving's playing better than ever, and of course Luka Doncic is always going to be Luka, and Luka magic at that. So it's it's not going to be easy for sure, but we're here for the first time since 2011, right over here. The Mavs have made it, and truly I couldn't be more excited. Obviously, coming off of the Rangers winning it all, and I just think the Mavs have a chance here. They've made it this far, and it's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy. I think this is going to be a deep, probably 7 game series. It's not going to be easy. But anyway, it kicks off in probably a little more than an hour. I'm filming this right before over in Boston. That's where the first 2 games will be, and then they'll come back, obviously, to Dallas. So it's going to be a heck of a matchup, truly. I think our starting 5 has really been strong. Daniel Gafford and Lively, really the Twin Towers rotating at center. PJ Washington's been awesome. If he can shoot the 3 the way he did, though, against the Thunder, being truly automatic from the corner, that's going to be truly an X factor for this team. They need that third option as a scorer. Obviously, Kyrie and Luka are going to do their thing. Kyrie, big thing, if he can just stay consistent throughout the game. He's had a tendency to really just go off in one half or another, most of the time the second half, which is, I'll take it. But if Kyrie can just continue to gain consistency, be willing as a scorer and as a passer, of course, like he always is, but just be consistent through 4 quarters, I think that's going to make a big difference, because the Celtics, they have a high-powered offense, and the Mavs are going to have to match it. The defense has been excellent, obviously, since Gafford and Washington. Lively, they've done such a good job. Maxi Kleba is back, and I think he'll be a little more comfortable, especially in this series, especially when it comes to shooting the ball and defending on the inside. So, I think that's great as well. Derek Jones, he's been doing what he's been doing. He's a good defender as well. You're going to need him, whether it's on Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Drew Holiday, Derek White, whoever it is. You need every single player to be able to defend in this series. Luka Doncic even, he can do it. I think he's done a lot better even since Kyrie came over, is just giving more effort on defense. And I think that's the biggest thing for him. He's a big body. He's 6'7". No one's going to push him around. He's just got to be able to commit, not worrying about fouls, not worrying about refs, just lock in and defend. He's capable of it. It's just going to be a matter of putting it all out there because it's going to take everything from every single player in this series. Jaden Hardy's another one I like to mention. I'd love to see him getting more minutes. He's going to get some in this series, and they're going to be critical. Those secondary guys, Tim Hardaway Jr. hasn't played the last couple of games. If he gets another chance, he's got to be shooting better. He's got to make those threes. All these guys, every single moment, both of these teams are very deep, and they're going to have to play like that. Every time every player's on the floor. It sounds simple, but you just really need a group effort here, and I think every single series we've seen even more of that, from midpoint of this season where it was looking pretty rough. The Mavs, I think have just grown so much as a group. And again, this team is just so deep, so skilled, so talented, and they're here for a reason. And I can't wait to watch them. So comment below your predictions for the series. For me, I got Mavs in 7. I think it's going to be a hard-fought series. The Mavs, of course, probably significant underdogs in terms of betting odds, but hey, they've been underdogs all playoffs long. They've made it this far. I believe in them. I believe this team is built for this. The Celtics, haven't faced, I think, the toughest competition. And again, I'm not discrediting them or anything, but I think this is going to be their most challenging series as well. So, the Mavs, they do something that no one else in the league does in terms of they're just so strong defensively and, just being able to shut down top scorers. You saw what they did to Shea, to Anthony Edwards, to Paul George, Kawhi, and Harden. Those guys, they're going to score. It's going to happen. But the Mavs have been clutch. They've been able to stop them when it counts, and in the biggest moments, they've been able to shut down the Stars. So they're going to have their hands full for sure in this series. But, I trust them. And then the other aspect is this backcourt. I mean, Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving, it doesn't get better. People have called them the best scoring backcourt in NBA history. And obviously, that's a pretty hefty title to live up to. But in terms of scoring, there's just no one better in the league right now. Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving have just been so good at, complementing each other, getting teammates involved, and then just going off when they need to. We saw it in that last Timberwolves game where they both were 30-some. Luka's getting triple-doubles all the way around. Kyrie's racking up the assists. Just, they're getting it done when it matters most. And this is it. This is what matters most. The NBA Finals. Here we go. For the first time since I was, in 2011? 7 years old. Crazy to think about. So here we go. I'm so excited. Again, comment your predictions down below. Like the video if you enjoyed, and if you want to see more of these, hopefully get to do another one celebrating this. So thanks so much for watching. Let's go MFFLs, and let's go Mavericks.